at least we've got options off the bench.
They're all attacking options.
I know. The centre-back gets injured, we are in trouble. Yeah.
It'd have to be like Ryan moves into the left centre-back and then Scott.
Yeah. Or Diaz at left-back.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right, we should be live. Fingers crossed. Ollie, are you able to just check if we're live quickly? Hopefully everything is working smoothly and you're enjoying the live stream so far. If we are live, if anyone can hear us loud and clear, do drop us a message in the live chat. Testing, 1 2 1 2. Jacob, do we sound good? Got a nod of approval from Jacob Deaton. George, we go into the break level 1 apiece, but there are a lot of chances in that game, the majority for Farnham Town. Are we lucky to be level at the break?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be putting it lightly, to be honest, Connor. I mean, we have had some good chances, to be fair. Charlie Davis with all 3 of our biggest chances, and obviously a fantastic goal with his left foot from the edge of the box. Excellent effort from Charlie Davis, who, fair play to him, might not have expected to start today if everyone had been fully fit, but showing his worth in a Poole Town shirt. But yeah, speaking of what you just said there, Connor, with the chances, Farnham, been absolutely ruthless in that first half. They look like such a physical, quick, well-organised side, and I think particularly on the offensive, they just look like they're moving the ball so quickly. Little 1 or 2 touch passes, really good work in the triangles, working the ball around our players, and it's been so hard at times. It felt like we've been chasing shadows, and I think that's just the nature of the beast. Unfortunately, we've not had a game for a couple of weeks, and I think it maybe showed a little bit in that half, maybe not looking quite as sharp as we would expect to. But I've got every hope that, given the last 10 minutes, the tempo slowed down a little bit. Farnham might have gassed themselves out a little bit. We've got a chance to go into the second half with good options off the bench, offensively anyway, and hopefully we can get something out of this. But I think everyone in the ground, when we went 1-0 up, was shell-shocked, absolutely, couldn't believe it. We've got a chance now. We're lucky to be 1-0, and now we've got a chance to go out there and see if we can nick something. Even a draw would be a brilliant point away from home against a top side in this league.
And look, the thing that I probably noticed the most from the first half is, although every time Farnham did look like they were going to score when they went through, and I think Adam Parks deserves huge credit for some of the saves he made in that first half. On the opposite of that, when we go forward, we look really dangerous, don't we, George? Yeah,
and I think that's the one thing about Farnham you say is, like, based on that first half, if you hadn't seen the league table, Connor, you think that we were probably somewhere around the middle of the table, and they were, running away with the league, like Walton and Hersham are doing at the moment. But to be fair, the table doesn't lie. Over the course of the last however many games, they've maybe not been defensively good enough to justify the talent that we've seen offensively on the pitch. So Matt Reeves has just come over with some sweets. What an absolute legend. Oh, I love a refresher, thank you. So yeah, I really think, Connor, that defensively Farnham are there for the taking. I just think we've got to be as disciplined as we can in dealing with their threat, because their number 9, Evans, he's a big player, but he's got a bit of pace on him. He's got the better of Staunton in the first half a few times, and it's going to be really hard to keep them at the door.
We are just about to get underway for the second half live here from the Memorial Ground. The score between the two sides is currently 1 apiece at the moment, and it is Farnham who get us underway. It's launched long to that right-hand side. Well, it's an energetic first half. I was struggling to keep my breath at some points during the game, and hopefully we'll have more of the same in the second half. Antonio Diaz coming forward. It's a good ball round the corner. Shaquille Gwengwe, Poole off the front foot. Here's the chance. It's a really big save by Eco. The linesman's flag is up. It was Henry Spalding who was running through there. What a chance that was at the start of the second half.
It's a really bright start from Poole, actually imitating the same sort of stuff we were seeing from Farnham, moving the ball super quickly, working the ball there, really good football, and obviously Henry Spalding getting played through. His effort, unfortunately, not quite enough placement or power to beat the goalkeeper. He makes a good stop with his feet.
Well, that's exactly what you wanted. The Dolphins come flying out the block for this second 45. They've done just that, but the score here is still 1 apiece. It's Poole continuing to press high at the moment. Farnham do well to play out the press. Harvey Slade set back to Billy Lowe's, and it's a good ball in behind, looking for Henry Spalding. Slade brought down, the referee allowing the game to continue. Davis does really well battling away there to evade one challenge and win a free kick. Really good start to this half.
Yeah, we look like we've had a good talking to at half time by the lads, and Yeah, they obviously are going out really guns blazing, wanting to get on the front foot and show Farnham there's a reason why we're higher in the table than them. We want to capitalise on our brilliant defensive quality, but also our offensive threats. And I want to see more from Shaq this half, Connor. I think first half he's not been up to his standards, so it'd be good to see him showing a little bit more of what he's offered so far this season in front of goal.
Here's Josh McCormick, good touch out of his feet onto Henry Spalding now from the edge of the area, plays it to Slade, or Charlie Davis rather. Charlie Davis from range, weighing up his options. Still Davis. Harvey Slade's making a good run to that right-hand side, although Mason looks like he'll get there first. Slade continuing to press. Although Farnham doing really well to play out of it. Cooksley round the corner to Bobby Joe Taylor. Just how dangerous they can be coming forward down that right-hand side onto Dean. And Dean playing it in behind to Sam Evans, who's got space and time to shoot. Good block by Josh Staunton back there. And Charlie Davis can pick up the loose ball. Shaquille Gwengwe making a good run down this right-hand side here. Still Shaquille Gwengwe looking to skip round his man. Didn't really have too much support up there at the moment, Shaquille Gwengwe, and we kind of saw that in the first half as well. Shaq was having to drop deep to get on the ball.
Yeah.
We just need to give him a little bit more options up top, would you say, George?
Yeah, it looks like Charlie Davis is sort of playing in the 10. You can see that Henry Spalding maybe playing off the left-hand side. Although, to be fair, Diaz as well seems to be playing on it. It's a little bit of a strange shape, to be honest. It almost looks like Diaz is kind of trying to get the balance between bombing up on the left-hand side, but also tucking in potentially almost as a bit of a wing-back. Billy Lowe's obviously in the centre with Harvey Slade. But it's really hard to sort of work out who our sort of out-and-out attacking players are. As Diaz comes further up the pitch there, the ball played out on the left-hand side a bit too much from Charlie Davis, and the ball goes out for a throw for Farnham on the right-hand side.
Canane launching it over the top, looking for Evans up top there. Owen Dorr goes over to deal with him and slices the ball up in the air. Not a great clearance there from Owen Dorr. The referee allowing the game to continue. Sam Evans keeps the ball. It's a head injury, surely. Player stays down and the shot is fired over the bar, and two Poole Town players now down on the deck. I'm slightly surprised the referee didn't stop the play there.
Yeah, it's an
Ryan
odd
Campbell,
one.
isn't it?
Very odd one. I mean, normally nowadays referees are so sharp on that, aren't they? Head injuries are normally straight away. They're straight on it, and normally the linesman's help them out. But not in that incident there. The referee let the play go on, and unfortunately for Farnham, they couldn't get their shot on target. But fortunately for Poole, sails well over the bar.
Adam Parks looking to get the game back underway. We do have a very attack-heavy bench today with the likes of Chris Campbell, Ike Hill, Ao, Salim Said and young Scott Rowles was the only defensive-minded player on that bench today. Obviously no Corey Jordan in the squad. We did have a few words from him in the first half. I believe he's gone in the dugout for the second. We'll launch along, looking for Shaquille Gwengwe in his brightly orange-coloured hair. Canane launches along. Cooksley looks to flick it on. Billy Lowe's still battling away over there. Cooksley played over the top by Dean, and when Dorr gets there first, Slade picking up the pieces. He's probably one of the only players in this Poole Town side, probably along with Billy Lowe's, that you trust every second with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Billy has obviously been out for a little while, hasn't he, and has just come back into the fold. And I think for these lads, obviously the Poole Town players haven't played a competitive game for a couple of weeks, but for Billy it's been even longer. So fair play to him for coming out and doing what he does, snapping at the ankles of the opposition and just never stops working alongside Harvey Slade in that double pivot.
Do remember today's live footage and radio commentary is sponsored by Link Homes Estate. As you can see, Owen Dorr's really struggling there, and he is going to be forced off here, and it looks like it will be Chris Campbell set to come on. Well, it'll be interesting to see what we do now. Charlie Davis is coming over, may go into that back line. Josh McCormick or Ryan Campbell could potentially slot in as a centre-back, and then Charlie Davis go to that right-back position with, it looks like it will be Chris Campbell to come on, who did get some minutes in the Dorset Senior Cup tie against Portland United.
Well, I hate to say it, Connor, I think this is our worst nightmare at this point, isn't it? I think when you look at that bench, and we were talking about it at the end of the first half and saying that the worst thing that can happen now is we lose one of our centre halves, especially with Corey obviously being injured. So yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, obviously we're going to have to be flexible, we're going to have to shuffle the pack a bit, but we're lucky. We've got some versatile players in the squad, so we can adjust, we can adapt. But it's a real blow, obviously, Owen Dawson's coming on loan from Salisbury. He's been insanely good. You know, him and Josh Staunton and Corey Jordan, the fact we've got those three, and then Wisk obviously coming back to fitness soon. We're so lucky. We're blessed to have an incredibly strong defensive roster.
I did have a chat with Wisk before today's game, and he said he should be back by the start of December, which is always fantastic news to hear. Only a couple of weeks away now.
Yeah, and I know Wisk will be absolutely heartbroken to have missed this much of the season so far.
I mean, but he's never really missed this many games in any season of his career.
No, exactly. I mean, he prides himself on being so physically fit, even at the sort of embers of his career. He's an inspiration. He's a role model for the team, of course, and it'll be amazing having him back in the group, not just sort of stood on the sidelines, but actually with the group on the pitch, and even on the sidelines, knowing that he can come on and make an impact. He'll be desperate to be out there again.
And Chris Campbell coming on for Owen Dorr here. I feel like Chris Campbell's one of those players in this Poole Town squad at the moment that really needs a big 45 minutes out there, to be honest. He needs to almost reprove himself here as a Poole Town player. He was fantastic when he joined us last season. Hasn't really got going so far this campaign. There's a big 40 or so minutes for him to go out and have some fun out there tonight. Yeah,
absolutely. And we know Chris is an incredibly capable player, and a great phrase that comes to mind now for me is, form is temporary, class is permanent. And for someone like Chris, even at his age, getting on in his years, he'll know full well he's got it in the locker. It's just about him bringing it out today in a big game. It's a really tough one for him as he comes on the left-hand side. And looking at the shape, I think it's Ryan Campbell that will be going to centre-half alongside Josh Staunton.
Henry Spalding leaps there, doesn't win his header up in the air. Cooksley plays it off his teammate, Matt McKenzie. A little bit scrappy at the moment, neither side really able to get a foot on the ball. Diaz jumps in, or Jack Dean is there first, and Owen Dean I can't speak at the moment, George. Switched over to this left-hand side from the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I honestly think that Owen Dean was one of their standout players of the first half. When he was running at our defenders, his trickery, his pace, his strength, causing all sorts of problems for us. So it's interesting to see him switch to the left-hand side. Maybe they've targeted Maka as a player that he can get at, but I wouldn't say so. So far this half, he's not been quite at the races as he was in the first.
Poole Town have definitely had the better of the chances so far in this second half, although there's been a lot less than in the first half, in all honesty. Still an enjoyable watch so far. It's been a little bit more stop-start in the second so far, though. Yeah, and that's just the nature of football, isn't it? If you have a really fast start like that, there's only so long that you can go, especially with part-time teams. Fitness-wise, it's going to come to a point where both teams sort of say enough's enough. We've had our blows. It's a bit of a basketball game for the first half hour or so, and both teams done really well to keep that up, especially given that Poole haven't obviously played for a couple of weeks. But yeah, Farnham really wanted to get an early lead. We got it, and then they came back at us, of course, with the equaliser, and could have easily had 3 or 4, maybe 5 in the first half. Chris Campbell down that left-hand side, looking for the run of Antonio Diaz, who's going to try and keep it in play. Does clatter someone into the advertisement board over there. We'll go behind for a goal kick, though. Still level at 1 apiece here. Just seen a comment there asking where Jacob is tonight. He's on camera duties this evening. Jacob, any words so far?
Yeah, I think it's been a very entertaining game. I think, to be fair to Farnham, they've shown their quality. And we look dangerous on the break as well. But I think I'm going to have to hand back to Connor now because I'm multitasking.
Ball flicked on, good defending back there by Ryan Campbell. Billy Lowe's looks to bring this one under, still battling away. Harvey Slade launches over the top. Shaquille Gwengwe's going to try and get in front of Kinane back there. As Farnham go all the way back to Ecott in goal. He did make a fantastic save at the start of this second half. Ball flicked on. Just looking at the defensive lineup at the moment, looks like Ryan Campbell. Well, it's an interesting one. It's almost like we've gone into a back 3, in all honesty, with Ryan Campbell, Josh Staunton and Josh McCormick in that back 3. Is that what you make of it too, George? It's kind of difficult to tell.
It's hard to tell, because I think when we're on the ball, we are pushing our fullbacks quite wide and high, and then the holding midfielder, Billy, is sort of tucking in. I think when we're in possession, we do sometimes look like we're in a back 3, but it's more like one of the holding midfielders tucks back in.
Billy Lowe's
Billy sort of tucking in as that sort of false centre-half when we're in possession, and then it just allows McCormick and Campbell to bomb up as almost like makeshift wing-backs in possession. Then out of possession, we tuck back in, get a bit more compact to our back 4, and then Billy and Harvey can try to snuff things out in the centre.
I mean, losing a player like Owen Dorr, who's been so emphatic since joining us from Salisbury, it's a real big blow, especially with Corey Jordan and Jamie Wiskin out at the moment. Paul, looking to get a foot on the ball now.
Really
Harvey
good.
Slade coming forward down that left-hand side. Does need some help over there. Chris Campbell now. Sets it back to Ryan Campbell. On to Josh Staunton now. Finds Charlie Davis. Benny Lowe's inside. Lowe's. Good ball into Diaz. Flip round the corner. Poole coming forward, flying in the yellow at the moment. Good ball out to Chris Campbell. He's got a lot of space down that left-hand side. Poole knocking the ball about nicely. Diaz. Back to Chris Campbell. Onto Diaz again, and just gets it caught under his foot. But once again, it's nice movement. I can see IK Hill and Slim Saeed now going out for their warm-ups. Be interesting to see how long it takes for one of those to be introduced. I think IK Hill may be set to come on very, very shortly here, George.
Yeah, and that's something that all the fans want to see. I know he's been a bit ill the last few days, IK, so it's never ideal when your body's not 100%, but I know mentally he will be absolutely gagging to get on that pitch, and he'll give out absolutely everything. I'm sure that the medical team will have given him everything they can to try and get him over the line with the illness and what have you. But yeah, I think the best thing we can do now is just push on like we're doing. We're playing really positively. We've got to be resolute defensively and not let the knock of Owen Door coming off rock us.
Spalding around the corner into Josh McCormick. Could be a chance for Poole. McCormick into the air, pulls it across. Good defending back there, falls to Henry. Spalding on the edge, and it's not a great touch, but keeps it alive. Slade. For Josh McCormick again. Once again, it's a good idea there, George. And Poole probably been the better of the two sides in the second half so far.
Well, I think we're kind of just taking a bit of a leaf out of their book, aren't we? Because the first half, they were moving the ball so quickly and working it really, really well into good triangles, 1-2 touch football. I think first half we were really struggling to get out of their shape. Defensively, their shape was superb, even like higher up the pitch. They were just trying to cut out the easy passes. We were being forced to play long at times. So it's been good to see us starting to work the ball around. I think there's more gaps are opening up. They do look like they've run themselves into the ground a little bit, but you never know. They could just be sort of just watching the game, and then they'll bring the gas out of the tanks with the subs in the second half. But like you said, we've got good bodies to come on. It'd be great to see Saeed come on as well, of course, as IK Hill.
Slade sets it back to Josh Staunton now. Goes it down the line, looking for Charlie Davis, and it's a good touch inside. Davis still battling away, but that will be a Farnham Town throw-in.
Got to say, Conor, I think Henry Spalding's done brilliantly today. Has a few really good moments on the ball, some very intelligent touches and some good passes. It's been really good to see him. Obviously, limited game time in a Poole shirt this season.
I think he's one of the players that during pre-season really stood out for me as one of those players that would go on and do really well so far this season. He's probably not had as much game time as he would have liked, but every time he's set foot on the pitch, he has done really well out there, hasn't he?
Yeah, and that's the good thing about this group. They know they're part of a squad. They know that Pat and Joe will rotate the team when they need to and freshen legs up. And also, Maka as well. Fair play to Maka. He's another player who's had a little bit of inconsistent game time and making the most of it today. He's been pretty solid so far in that back four.
Dean looking to progress forward down that right-hand side. Ryan Campbell's over there and deals with him nicely. Looks like IK Hill is going to be set to come on now. Just waiting to see who it is that will be replaced this evening. That's going to be the sub now. IK Hill on for
Henry Spalding.
Well, interesting one.
Yeah, very. I mean, to be fair, like we said, a player that's maybe not had as many minutes as others recently, makes sense maybe to spare him the toughest part of the game where the legs start to really feel heavy. But here comes IK Hill, the number 10, who's been ill the last few days, but fair play to him coming out on a very cold evening to do his absolute best to try and get us the 3 points. And we all know what IK can do. Let's hope we can get a glimmer of some of the quality we've seen, including in that first time we played Farnham earlier in the season at Tatnam when he scored that majestic free kick. Maybe we could see a repeat of that, Conor. Wouldn't that be lovely?
I mean, he was the difference maker in the draw back in September at Tatnam. IK Hill scoring 2 goals for Poole, including a last-minute equaliser too. Mason inside to Harry Cooksley. Switching it to the right-hand side. Slightly heavy ball over there, but Dean does well to keep it in play. Finds Owen Dean. Back to Jack Dean. Good defender over there from Billy Lowe's, and
brilliant.
Well to keep it play too. Billy Lowe's coming forward now. Shaquille's making a great run down that left-hand side. Diaz is in space in the area. Shaquille Bongo plays it across. It's Antonio Diaz with a shot. It's a brilliant stop by Ecott to deny him, but what a huge chance once again George, that build-up was fantastic, though.
It was absolutely superb, and it's the number 7 for Farnham who was so good for them in the first half, who has just lost the ball out of his pocket, picked by Billy. Billy does so well to get a perfectly weighted ball out on the left-hand side. The ball goes across. We can't finish.
IK Hill now with a chance onto his left foot inside the area. Still alive here for Poole. Hill just delayed it slightly too long, and Farnham do well to get back in their numbers. It's all Poole Town at the moment. Charlie Davis now onto Josh McCormick in a shooting position here. McCormick from range shoots goalwards, and it's pushed wide of the post.
Good effort.
Poole Town on top at the moment.
Yeah, it's honestly such a crazy game, football. First half, if you'd said to me, Connor, second half Poole are going to start the better team, I would have said, good one. But in all honesty, it has been a much better half for us so far. We've just got to keep this momentum and make it count, because Farnham could easily go up the other end and switch the momentum. So yeah, we need to make our chances count. We've had 2 really good moments. Obviously Macca's chance just there, you would expect the keeper to save it, but on a pitch which is a little bit zippy, you never know, the keeper could have fumbled, but he's done well to put it behind for a corner.
Corner kick now taken by Charlie Davis. Plays it across the face of goal. Harvey Slade goes down inside the area. Moved away by the referee. Did seem maybe slightly too soft.
Yeah, not so sure. I don't think it was a penalty. Would have been harsh, Connor.
And Farnham now looking to break up the other end, playing it down the line onto box booth. Farnham Town's goal scorer in the first half. IK Hill having to do his defensive duties
Well
over
done,
there. It's a
IK.
fantastic challenge. And he's done so well to keep the ball in play as well. Hill inside to Billy Lowe's now. Switched out to the right-hand side. Here's Charlie Davis. Diaz creating some space. Charlie Davis is another one of those who's been really impressive out there so far this evening. Here's Josh McCormick. Diaz. McCormick again. Finds Billy Lowe's in space. Poole Town fans in fine voice this evening. Not too sure if the Farnham fans know there's a game on, in all honesty.
Lovely ground though, I will say, Connor.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Lowe's looking over the top for Slade. Good defending by her side, slowing the game down a little bit. I'm joined by George Fullerton for second half commentary. Oliver Kemp was with me for the first half. Today's Southern League Premier South encounter.
Well done.
Billy Lowe's still battling away. Evans comes away with the ball though. It's not a bad ball in behind.
No.
Could be a chance here. Big stop by Park, still alive. Booth onto his right foot now. Shot from range, and great block by Staunton. And that's the danger, isn't it, George?
Well, we were literally just saying, weren't we, Connor? 2 incredible chances for Poole. I said Farnham could easily go down the other end and put us under pressure. That's just what they've done. Adam Parks, what an incredible goalkeeper he is. Just some incredible saves so far this game for us.
Farnham with the ball on that right-hand side. We do apologise if you're unable to see at some point in today's game. Joe Lee and James Crickmore, one of our analysts, in the way of the camera shot at the moment. We were denied gantry access today, so we do apologise for the slightly unclear footage. At least it's all right when we're attacking in this game at the moment.
Yeah, that's all the fans want to see, isn't it, Connor? It's all right. I mean, to be honest, if I was watching at home, I'd be closing my eyes every time they're attacking anyway. I'd be struggling to watch, so there you have it.
Staunton now driving forward with the ball, and he looks for Shaquille Gwengwe, who's got a man right on him. Almost a good touch from Harvey Slade there. Now Farnham looking to break through Cooksley, and I think that's a really good tactical foul in all honesty.
Yeah, sadly at this point in the game you've got to take a yellow in that position, haven't you? Because I think that's a big problem Poole have had in this game, is like losing the ball in the midfield, and then suddenly that big pocket of space opens up, and it does give their midfielders a really good chance in the centre of the park to work and attack forward. And it's those moments, I think, where we've looked quite vulnerable. That's where in the first half they were hitting us, so we just need to be really careful. And actually fair play to Slady for not letting them have that opportunity. You just need to be careful now. We don't want to obviously him getting another one, getting sent off for an early bath.
The right point in the game where you're allowed to take a tactical foul, allowed to take a yellow card.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. I think it's got to be done in those situations.
Mason with the ball into the area, well dealt with by Adam Parks. Assured hands in between the sticks for Poole Town, as he has been every game so far this season. Ben Taylor, our backup, currently out on loan with Shaftesbury.
I actually went to see Shaftesbury on Saturday because we didn't have a game, and Ben was brilliant. Fair play to him, got a clean sheet for Shaftesbury and a 1-0 win.
Farnham looking to drive forward. The referee is going to pull that back for a free kick, and another chance for them to loft the ball into the area. We haven't seen their aerial ability so far in today's game too much, in all honesty, so it will be interesting to see if they can create a
I'm
chance.
smiling, Connor, because I'm just worried now. They've got a very good position to score with their head, so let's hope it's not the commentator's curse after this free kick on the right-hand side for Farnham.
Well, we'll wait and see.
You're right, though. They do have some big players.
Farnham Town, free kick, ball headed away by Charlie Davis, out to Booth. Sets it to Cooksley. Love Island Star playing it in behind, and Dean almost trying to play it around the corner. Not a great ball from him there. And Poole looking to break now. Shaquille Gwengwe continuing to press as he always does.
No one with him, really, though.
Struggling to get out at the moment. It's still continuing to sit a little bit too deep, maybe, in this game at the moment.
Yeah, and it's obviously very easy to do so when you're under the cosh like we have been the last few minutes.
Both sides still
Well done.
battling away in there. Josh McCormick gets there first and can only find Dean. Cooksley takes a touch inside. Slade does well to win the ball back, and Poole coming forward now. This game really could go either way at the moment. Here's IK Hill down that left-hand side again. Hill trying to take on Matt McKenzie, but too slow on the ball there. McKenzie wins it back, and now Farnham driving forward.
Yeah, so those transitions, that's where they've really got us in the first half, and now we're being a bit sloppy. Lost the ball a couple of times in the last few minutes, and that's led to Farnham starting to get the momentum on their side.
Farnham with the ball. Set back to Bobby Joe Taylor, who did score against us last season for Walton and Hersham. Ball whipped into the area. Josh Staunton there first again, looking for Shaquille Gwengwe. Kanane jumps in the air. Cooksley chests it back. He plays it to Bobby Joe Taylor.
Caught then.
Almost nicking the ball off him there. And they're the sort of opportunities we've almost got to capitalise on a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's it, isn't it? Like on a pitch like this, a lovely pitch, fair play to Farnham. They've got a nice ground here, nice pitch, and it's rare that a player actually has those moments where they just stumble on the ball, and you've got to take advantage of it, like we did earlier when we nearly scored, when Billy nicked the ball off the number 7 for Farnham. But I think Diaz looks like he might have run his race, looks a little bit tired. Might be nice to see us bring on someone for him in the next few minutes, but I don't know, to be honest. It might have to be Salim, to be fair. It's probably one of our only options left to bring on in that area, perhaps Ayo as well.
Bayless plays it across to Kanane. Looks like Farnham are lining up 2 substitutions as it stands.
Go on then.
Will do well to win the ball back. IK Hill skips around another challenge there. Gwengwe does well. Onto Hill again. Tough challenge from Harry Cooksley. IK Hill does well to hold onto the ball. Plays it into the area. Kanane is there first. Looked like quite a nasty challenge there from Harry Cooksley.
Yeah.
And IK Hill getting back at him.
Interesting, yeah. Well, the crowd's really up for it now. There's a lot of firiness going on that stand over on the other side opposite us, Connor. And yeah, I mean, it's what you want, isn't it, really, on a Tuesday night? You want the game to start to build and hopefully lead to a crescendo on Poole's favour. But you can see a couple of big challenges over on that side just going down there.
Poole Town fans are the only one singing this evening. Farnham obviously have a fantastic ground, but don't have too many noisy fans, I think it's fair to say.
No, we're very lucky, aren't we? We've got the best fans in the league, without a shadow of a doubt. Ooh, off comes Evans. He's been a real threat, to be fair.
It's Adam Liddell coming onto the field. The other changes, and number 14, Joe Jackson, coming on for the number 8, Harry Cooksley. Harry Cooksley departing, obviously, as runners-up in this year's Love Island series. Did you watch Love Island this year?
No, I never have, and I never will, Connor. Do you like Love Island?
I prefer not to speak. I think the best answer for that one.
That's made my night. That's made my night. Oh dear.
Joe Jackson coming on here, their number 14, has been a vital player for Farnham over the last few seasons. Made over 100 appearances for the home side. Bobby Joe Taylor's in so much space down this left-hand side here. Poole almost caught napping from that free kick. Mason to Bobby Joe Taylor once again. Josh McCormick over there standing up against him. Ball into the area, Staunton away. Matt McKenzie brings it under and sets it back to Bayless. Oh, Bayless over the top, and Adam Parks so quick off his line once again.
That's superb. Really, really well read from Adam Parks. Great positioning, great start position, and just pounces on the ball well within his area. Really good reading of the game from Adam Parks.
McCormick setting it back to Parks. The score here still 1 apiece as it stands. Charlie Davis opening the scoring early on in this game. Box Booth drawing the game level early in the first half. No goals so far in the second. Poole Town probably with the better of the chances in the second half, although Farnham definitely had more in the first. Here's Josh McCormick. Staunton is in behind, looking for Shaquille going away. That's a poor ball from Josh Staunton. Poole continuing to react.
Yeah, I definitely think this game is going in dribs and drabs, isn't it, Connor? We're sort of seeing some moments of frenetic energy, nowhere near as much in the second half, but there's the odd moment here where Poole and Farnham are smelling blood and trying to go and get that elusive second goal. But at the moment, 1-1 between the two sides here at the Memorial Ground. As Farnham with the ball on the right-hand side, works the ball inside to number 12 for Farnham. Looking for an option now, sets it back to the halfway line. Shaq Gwengray not looking to press too hard, and here comes Charlie Davis now trying to press Bayliss, the number 4 for Farnham. Plays it out to the left-hand side. Farnham now just trying to work some space, but Poole are doing well, marshalling those players with the ball and around the ball as the number 3 drifts across and moves the ball back into the defence. Poole currently trying to sit in a mid-block. Shaquille Gwengray, the highest man up the pitch. Bit of a distance between him and the midfield. But Farnham quite happy just to work the ball patiently and try to find an opening. But Poole in quite good shape, quite compact. And Farnham are struggling at the moment to find an opening. But they work the ball through now. Poole Town looking to put pressure when they do come into their half. Chris Campbell there applying the pressure on the left-hand side. And Farnham work the ball through. It's a good ball on the right-hand side now. And he's managed to beat his man, the number 7 for Farnham, and he squares it across. It's blocked. Oh, and it hits the side netting. That's a huge chance for Farnham there. Absolutely huge chance. And it was brilliant work on the right-hand side. Beat his man and tried to put it into the back of the net, and it hits the side netting. Farnham with a really good chance, and take his time to take this corner as Poole take a few deep breaths, gather themselves. Ryan Campbell and Billy Lowe's the furthest players back, with one Farnham player up the pitch, and the ball now set to be whipped in by Charlie Davis, who puts it into the back stick. No one challenges. It's Bayliss who clears. And IK Hill has a shot from range. It's blocked. Goes out to the right-hand side, but it looks like the number 3 for Farnham will win it first and clears long. As Ryan Campbell now heads it back. Clever from Campbell to Adam Parks, who will take his time, look up and reassess his options. As Poole look to spread themselves out and to create some openings for themselves now. As Adam Parks plays the ball long. Salim Said goes up to win, but Bayliss towers over him, and Harvey Slade clears the ball straight into the path of the goalkeeper, who picks it up for Farnham now and rolls it out to the number 5, who will once again look to start the move for Farnham. Plays it back to the goal.